I decided to take the night off to just catch up with anything that I've missed, have some time for myself. And I saw tonight. I was like just relaxing, and I was checking on Netflix, like what's new, what can I watch? Sabrina, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina won't come out till next year, and then You season two will not come out till later this December, I think on the 26th. So I was just like looking around, browsing, and then I saw Marriage Story, and I was like, I heard a lot of good stuff about it, and I'm gonna give it a shot. So I did. So there I was having dinner and watching the movie, which was a great idea to watch. So this is my review about the movie Marriage Story. It's on Netflix. I thought it was going to be on theaters, but it appears that it's a Netflix original movie. So pretty good. I'm going to give you guys a heads up before we watch this movie. I will agree with some people were saying. Um, I don't think it's a movie to watch during the holidays. Like when did it come out? Like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. I would suggest, yeah, waiting until after the New Year's to watch this movie. But it's definitely a movie, like a must see movie. It's definitely worth watching. It's very, very good. I loved it so much. I cried. I literally cried. And because it's basic about it's basically about the struggle of the messy struggles and process of divorce. And what happens is that these two couples, Scarlett Johansson, who plays Nicole, and Adam Driver, who plays Charlie, they're both, they fall in love and everything, and they end up getting a divorce. So this whole story, you see the process and the struggles and what it's like to go through a divorce, how they had to get attorneys or whatever, and go through this thing of going through custody. It's a messy thing. I've never been through anything like that, but I thought it was very interesting for me to see, how does that thing work? And it's a mess, guys. It's a mess. I thought it was just so stressful that throughout the movie I was just so stressed out. But it does have its humor, which is very good, very good, and the story itself is really, really good, very well written, and I think Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver were perfect casting roles for these characters. I mean, they played both of them played each of these characters phenomenally, and I would not be surprised if they get nominated or they come out on the Oscars or any awards in the future because they definitely did a really, really good job. Where it's just amazing, definitely Oscar worthy. They should get awards for this because their performance, especially Adam Driver. But we'll get to that in a bit. There's also some other characters such as what was her name? Um, she's an actress who came out in Jurassic Park. She also came out in The Last Jedi. Something Dean, Sarah Dean, or something like that. She comes out in this movie, and this other actor. I'm so sorry, I'm bad with names, but they're like side characters, and I think they did an awesome job playing their roles as well. Um, what else? The little boy was alright too, but at the same time, I don't know. When you watch the movie, you realize like maybe it's the boy who needed the counseling or something because it's like the way he was reflects of like how kind of bad they were as parents. But anyways, that's something I would not. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. I don't want to spoil anything like what's going to happen later on or anything. I'm just here to tell you to watch it. But if you're going through like a messy divorce or something very emotional or something, you don't want to get hurt by watching this movie because it's basically, yeah, what it's about: divorce, the struggles of it, and and then I like it so much because you know what? After I think it gives a good lesson for couples who are going through that because it just shows you what happens when you do not communicate with each other, basically. Because yeah, when you watch the film and you get to the argument scene, which was like phenomenal. When they got to that part, I was just like blown away. It was just so, it's amazing. It's like that's one of my favorite scenes, along with I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Doubt with Meryl Streep, Amy Adams, and what's his name? Seymour Hoffman. The scene with Meryl Streep and Seymour Hoffman when they confront each other about the conflict of like if the priest really slept with really did molest a child. That part was just amazing. That part is like a scene I would watch every single time. I would watch over and over again. The same thing with this one. When Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson have that argument, it is fantastic. I think they both did a terrific job, especially Adam Driver. Scarlett Johansson did really good in her part. It was so interesting to see her play, yeah, kind of a different role. And the same thing with Adam Driver. I think Adam Driver, I gotta say, I know a lot of people give him crap because the way he is in the Star Wars movies. So I think he's great. I think he plays a good villain and everything. But in this movie, wow, I think he's a very talented actor. I see him coming out in a lot of future films because he has a lot of talent for a man like him. Um, the same thing with Scarlett Johansson. I think this movie was a breakthrough for them, and I would see them, in a lot of films. They should be hired to get to come on in a lot of other films or something because I think that either the director or something did a really good job of telling them like this is how I want you to portray these characters and everything. The script, it's just it's brilliant. It's just so good. Like I said, it's a must see movie. Definitely a must see because like I said, it's a lesson that it goes to show you what you need to do whenever there's a problem in a relationship. Like they've always said, I know you've heard it many times, but the key is to communicate with each other, be honest with each other, just open up. If you have if you have an issue or something, you got to bring it to the table and tell them how you're feeling. Don't let other people, like the lawyers or anybody else, you know, say different or let out the truth for you. It's between you and your partner. And you two need to discuss it. It's between you two. Sure, you could talk about it with your friends and everything. They're going to give you their side of the story or whatever, what you should do. But in the end, it's really between you and that person you are having a problem with. That's what I always say. If you're having a problem with someone, you need to go talk about it with that person. It's nobody else. Because they can't tell you like, oh, I'm sorry. They can't speak for that other person you have a problem with. You got to confront them. But yeah, it's definitely a must watch. I thought I'd just come on and give you this review about this because it's just there's a lot to talk about. There's so many good moments in the movie that I'm just like there's so much to say, but I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's definitely worth watching. So yeah, if you don't mind watching it and you think you could take it, I would say go for it if you think you could take it, but at the same time prepare yourself because it is an emotional ride. Most of the time, like I said, I was just stressed out, sad, but it's a sad reality of like what divorce is like. It's a mess. It's a terrible mess. I don't even want to go through that. Then you got to go to court and all that other stuff. It's expensive, man. Like, oh my God, everything that they were talking about, I was just like, that's crazy, but it's just the way it works. I don't know. I there's so much I want to talk about, like I said, but I'd rather you guys watch it first. Then maybe one day I'll do a spoiler review about it and we could dish about everything. But I definitely, I loved it. It's one of my favorite films to watch now. The next movie I need to watch is The Irishman. I know that was also considered a good movie to watch on Netflix. So yeah, wanted to give you guys a heads up too. I should have said it in the intro. Tomorrow, I will probably not be streaming games. I probably won't. You never know. Things change. You know how it is with me. I probably won't be streaming any games, but I'll definitely be streaming about my reviews of every Star Wars films that's out so far, because it's all leading up to The Rise of Skywalker, the final Star Wars movie of the Skywalker saga. Because we all know, we've all heard that there's going to be more Star Wars movies in the future, but it's going to be its own thing. So I wonder how it's going to be. So yes, I'm going to be tomorrow I'm going to be doing a review about it, talking about my highlights of why I liked every one of these Star Wars movies, all the way to the new ones. And that way we could prepare ourselves for The Rise of Skywalker. And then after I've watched The Rise of Skywalker at the premiere, because I don't want to get spoiled with anything. You know how the internet is. Look what happened with the Mandalorian. the secret they were keeping for quite a good while. The moment everybody saw it, spoilers were out everywhere. The pictures, everything, and y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So after I watch the movie Star Wars, the premiere, I will definitely get on to talk to you guys about it. What I thought about it, non spoilers. But then I would probably, after I'm done giving you a review, like if you should go watch it or not, we're gonna talk about spoilers. We're gonna talk about everything because I'm gonna geek out about it, and then I like for you all to join me to see like what you thought about it if you've seen it too. So yeah, so we can share our thoughts about it. So yeah, hope you guys are having a good night and a good day, and I hope to see some of you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourselves. Later, guys. Oh.